watching Let's Chat.
A lot of times when you hear the term Cornerstones Chattanooga, you automatically think about wine over water, but they do so much more than that, and we're here to talk with two ladies actively involved. Ann Gray is the Executive Director of Cornerstones. Ann, good to see you again.
Good to see
and you
you,
have brought
Chip.
with you Melissa Mortimer. And Melissa, it says here, you are the Chair of Preservation Chattanooga. We're going to find out more about that here in a second. Ann, we start with you, just because I've known you longer. Tell us exactly, give us the executive overview of what Cornerstones is.
Well, you know, we've been around for about 25 years, a little over 25 years, and in that time we've raised about over $300 million that we've put back. I'm sorry, that was wrong, $3 million.
300 million sounds good.
It did. I said that was wrong. Only $3 million, but that's a lot for a small organization that really just depends a lot on volunteers and board members. And that money has gone back into endangered properties, saving our architectural heritage in the city. And you know, we've worked on about 24 buildings. I think after this length of time, you're starting to see that impact of what we do.
Sure.
It's not a quick turnaround. It's very much a very focused turnaround.
If it wasn't for what you and Cornerstones does, a lot of the buildings that are icons in Chattanooga simply would not be standing.
That's true. That's true.
Quite an accomplishment.
And so one of the things that we're doing now today with Melissa here, who serves on our board, is to introduce some new programming that we're doing with Cornerstones. So one of those new programs is Preservation Chattanooga. We're excited to have the opportunity for hands-on workshops. We've not been able to do that before, and so that's what Melissa's going to talk about today.
Tell me about it, Melissa.
So about a year and a half ago, a bunch of us just got together and said, I'm also on the Historic Zoning Commission, so I see a lot of people from St. Elmo and Fergus Place come in, and we thought, what's a way we could show these people and educate them on their house and like how they could restore it themselves, because a lot of times there's that financial piece. So we came up with some workshops and some programming, or just like educational opportunities for preservation. So our upcoming one is on historic window restoration, which I'm going to teach in St. Elmo.
You see a lot of these in antique stores, thrift stores.
Yes.
People buy these antique windows just to hang on a wall in their home, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. So what you're going to be doing here is talking about how to restore or refinish these windows.
Right.
Which I would think is a little more complicated than what it sounds like on the surface.
Yeah, it's actually a lot easier than you'd think. I actually have been restoring some windows myself in Fort Wood, but the quality of these windows is unmatched. And a lot of people say, well, the energy efficiency. Well, less than 10% of your energy loss is out of your windows. And so if you think about the cost that you're putting into getting a new vinyl window and then having to replace that window typically in like 20 years, the cost of that, you're never going to recoup those energy savings. So if you restore your historic wood windows and have like a storm, add spring bronze weather stripping, you're going to get much more out of that window than you would a replacement.
And that is just as it relates to the windows in your home. Imagine doing the same thing with doors, hearths, fireplaces. I mean, the list could go on, and knowing Ann and knowing the other members of the board, it probably is going on and on.
So we just really wanted to come up with these opportunities to teach homeowners. So even if they're not doing it themselves, they're educated when a contractor comes to talk to them on what they should be looking for and how things should be.
When is this particular workshop going to take place?
So our first workshop is a window restoration on March 14th, and it's at a home in St. Elmo. So we're going to teach how, because the old windows are on sash cords with weights. So we're going to show how to open up the window, rehang those on the weights, reglaze the outside, and add spring bronze weather stripping.
Wow.
So that'll be March 14th, and I think we have 6 spots still open.
All right, 6 spots still open, and if you can't make it to the Windows workshop, by all means, try to get involved with Cornerstones around the calendar year. There's always something going on.
Thank you.
And again, it's certainly what you guys have done to a lot of the buildings around town. Chattanooga would not be the same without
Always
you.
good to
And
see
good
you.
to see you. Melissa, good to see you. Find out more about Cornerstones. Check them out. They're easy to find. They're downtown at 1400 Market Street, and you can find them on Facebook. The phone number, 265-2825.